You're not diabetic. Your last checkup came back normal. The doctor shook your hand, told you to keep doing what you're doing, and yet something below the belt has quietly changed and you can feel it. Here's the hard truth most men never get told. The damage that steals your firmness doesn't wait for a diagnosis. It starts years before, in a zone your doctor isn't even looking at. Stay with me because by the end of this you'll know exactly how to check yourself. And there's one early warning most men completely ignore that I'll save for later. Let me start with something that made me angry when I first understood it. The line between normal and pre-diabetic, the line between pre-diabetic and diabetic. Those are numbers a committee chose. They're useful for doctors, I'm not knocking them, but your blood vessels never read the memo. Your blood vessels don't know they're supposed to wait until you cross an official threshold before they start struggling. Damage is a slope, not a switch. And by the time a number on a lab report flips you from fine to a problem, the slope has been working on you for a long, long time. So let me explain what's actually happening in plain language, because once you see the mechanism, you can't unsee it. Firmness, real, reliable firmness, is not mainly a hormone event the way most men assume. It's a plumbing event, it's blood flow. When everything's working, your body releases something called nitric oxide, and nitric oxide is the signal that tells the blood vessels to relax and open up. Open vessels, strong flow, good firmness. That's the whole game, simplified. Now here's where blood sugar comes in. When your blood sugar runs high, and I mean even gently high, the kind that's still labeled normal-ish, it slowly damages the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels. That lining is called the endothelium, and it's the exact tissue that produces your nitric oxide. So high-ish sugar does two cruel things at once. It injures the pipe, and it shuts down the signal that opens the pipe. Less nitric oxide, stiffer vessels, weaker flow. And honestly, I was skeptical of this when I first read it because nobody talks about sugar this way. But the more I dug, the more it held up. Here's the part that should grab every man watching. The vessels that supply performance down there are small, tiny, compared to the big arteries feeding your heart, and small pipes clog and stiffen first. So when blood sugar starts doing its quiet damage, the smallest vessels show it earliest, which means circulation down there becomes an early warning light for your whole vascular system, often years before your heart ever complains. Read that again. What's happening below the belt isn't just a bedroom issue. It may be the first visible signal that your blood flow everywhere is in trouble. That's not scary for the sake of scary, that's leverage, because early means fixable. Let me tell you about a healthy guy. I won't use a name. 50s, not overweight, walked his dog, thought of himself as fine. No diagnosis, nothing. His only complaint was that morning strength wasn't what it used to be, and stamina faded faster than it should. He almost didn't mention it. When he finally pulled his old blood work, and this is the move I want you to make too, his fasting sugar had been creeping up for 3 years. Still in range, still normal, but trending the wrong way the entire time. And nobody flagged it because the system is reactive. It waits for you to cross a line before it acts, which means the problem gets a multi-year head start while you're being told you're fine. That's the loop I opened at the start, and here's how it closes. You don't feel sugar damage as sugar. You feel it as the first thing to lose strong blood flow, and that's usually firmness and morning strength. Your body is sending the message through the smallest pipes first. So let's actually do something. 4 early warnings. Go through these with me honestly right now. 1. Morning strength has faded or gone quiet. Random automatic firmness in the early hours is a plumbing self-test your body runs for free. When it dims, flow is the usual reason. 2. Things take longer to get going and don't stay as reliable. That's not in your head. That's a relaxation and flow signal weakening. 3. And this is the one most men never connect. Look at your legs and feet. Cold feet, calves that ache or cramp when you walk a distance. Slow healing nicks, thinning hair on the lower legs. Same small vessel story, just lower down. If the legs are starving for flow, the pelvis usually is too. That's the early warning I told you to wait for, and most men completely miss it. 4. Energy and stamina that crash earlier than they should. That flat engine isn't getting fuel feeling. Often it's circulation, not just age or sleep. If 2 or more of those rang true, don't panic. This is exactly the window where men have the most room to turn things around. And this is the one spot I'll mention it. There's a natural blood flow support I personally like for this season of life. I left it in the description if you ever want to look into it. No pressure at all, just something I find useful. Now do the real self-test. Go find your old blood work, the patient portal on your phone, the folder in the drawer, wherever it lives. Go ahead, do this with me right now, even pause the video. Find your fasting glucose and, if it's there, your A1C. You're not looking for a scary number. You're looking for a direction. Line up the last few years. Is it drifting up even within normal? Because a slow climb inside the normal range is still your vessels taking on damage, quietly, daily. And it's the single most useful thing you can see that your doctor probably never pointed out. Here's why this matters so much. The endothelium, that vessel lining, is repairable, especially early. Nitric oxide production can recover when you stop the daily assault on it. This is where may help and is linked to become your friends. The research-backed levers are unglamorous and they work together. Walking after meals because muscles pull sugar out of your blood without needing much insulin. Cutting the liquid sugar and the fast carbs that spike you hardest. Strength work, even light, twice a week. Real sleep because short sleep alone pushes sugar up. Nitric oxide-friendly foods, leafy greens, beets, none of it is a miracle. All of it, stacked over weeks, takes pressure off those small vessels and lets the lining heal. That's the window. It's open now while you're still not diabetic. It does not stay open forever. And one important thing, if you're on any medication, do not change it or stop it on your own. Based on a YouTube video, talk to your doctor. What we're doing here is widening the lens so you walk into that conversation seeing the whole picture, not just one number on one day. So let's bring it home. The diagnostic line is not the moment damage begins. It's the moment the system finally admits it. Your firmness, your morning strength, your stamina, the warmth in your feet, those are your real-time gauges, reporting on your blood flow long before any lab does. You have the readout. You can act in the years the system would have spent waiting. And like I mentioned, if you want to check out the blood flow support I use myself, it's down in the description, totally optional. Just there if you're curious. You're not behind. You caught this at the stage where men have the most power to change course, and that's a good place to be standing. Keep that flow strong. Keep paying attention to what your body is quietly telling you, and I'll see you in the next one. Quick reminder, I'm not a doctor, and this is general education, not medical advice. For anything specific to you, especially medications, talk with a professional who knows your history.